They let you down, they say things that break you, they cross lines they promised they wouldn't, and still they stay. They send a message, they show up unexpectedly, they hover around your world as if they're afraid to lose their place in it. It feels confusing, doesn't it? Usually, pain pushes people away. So why do they stick around? There's a quiet truth most people don't see. When someone stays after causing pain, it's never by accident. If they didn't care at all, they wouldn't stay close enough to hurt you. They wouldn't notice the silence between you. They wouldn't feel the growing distance. When someone hurts you and stays, their heart is often tangled in guilt, fear, and deep attachment. They're not staying because it's easy. They're staying because you still matter to them, even if they don't know how to love you without causing harm. Once you understand what's happening inside them, their actions begin to make sense. If they didn't care at all, they wouldn't stay close enough to hurt you. They wouldn't notice the silence between you. They wouldn't feel the growing distance. When someone hurts you and stays, their heart is often tangled in guilt, fear, and deep attachment. They're not staying because it's easy. They're staying because you still matter to them, even if they don't know how to love you without causing harm. Once you understand what's happening inside them, their actions begin to make sense. More importantly, you stop blaming yourself for how you feel. Let's understand this together. Guilt attachment. When hurting you makes them hold on tighter. When someone hurts you but stays close, guilt is often the invisible force keeping them there. Not the kind of guilt that leads to real change, but the kind that seeks relief without responsibility. Guilt creates mental discomfort, and the mind looks for the fastest way to reduce it. For some people, staying connected becomes that shortcut. By remaining in your life, they tell themselves a comforting story. If I were truly that bad, I wouldn't still be here. Their presence becomes proof, not of care, but of self-justification. They don't have to face the full weight of what they did if they can still hear your voice, receive your attention, and remain included in your emotional world. This is why apologies may feel shallow or repetitive. They say just enough to ease their conscience, but not enough to repair the damage. They stay close, hoping time will blur the hurt so they don't have to confront it. Every time you allow their presence, their guilt softens, while your pain quietly lingers. What makes this especially confusing is that guilt attachment can look like care. They check in, they worry when you pull away. They seem uncomfortable with the idea of losing you. But guilt-driven closeness isn't about your healing. It's about their relief. They stay because leaving would force them to accept a truth they're not ready for, that they caused harm they don't know how to fix. So instead of accountability, they choose proximity, and that proximity keeps both of you emotionally stuck. Emotional dependence, when they need you more than they protect you. Another powerful reason someone stays after hurting you is emotional dependence. Emotionally dependent people attach not because they love well, but because they fear being without emotional support. You become a source of regulation for them, even while your own needs go unmet. Your voice calms them. Your availability grounds them. Your forgiveness reassures them they are still acceptable. Once that dependency forms, losing you feels terrifying, even if keeping you means continuing harmful behavior. This is why they may hurt you and panic when you distance yourself, why they seem indifferent one moment and affectionate the next. Their nervous system reacts to the possibility of losing emotional access to you, not because they fully understand your pain, but because your absence threatens their emotional balance. In these dynamics, your role quietly shifts. You stop being an equal partner and become a stabilizer. Stabilizers are expected to endure, forgive, and stay calm even when hurt. Your pain becomes something they expect you to manage alone. This doesn't mean they don't care. It means their need outweighs their awareness. They want comfort more than growth. As long as you remain available, they never fully confront the consequences of their actions. They stay not because they're ready to change, but because losing you would feel like losing emotional safety, and that imbalance repeats until someone breaks the cycle. Fear of loss. When hurting, you didn't break the bond like they expected. Sometimes people hurt others expecting distance to follow. They assume their behavior will push you away. When it doesn't, something unsettling happens. They thought you would leave. They thought the bond would dissolve. They expected consequences, but when you stayed, it created uncertainty. Now they fear the connection still exists and that they could lose it at any moment. That fear keeps them close but not necessarily healthier. This is why they may act inconsistent, warm one day, distant the next. They are testing the bond, trying to understand how fragile or durable it is. Their mind scans for signs you're pulling away, while avoiding the vulnerability required to repair things. Fear of loss doesn't automatically lead to accountability. Often it leads to hovering. They stay near enough to feel reassured, but not close enough to risk emotional exposure. They exist in a suspended state between attachment and avoidance. They haven't healed the bond. They're guarding it. That fear can feel like care, but it's rooted in anxiety, not emotional maturity. They don't want to lose you. They just don't know how to stop hurting you. Control through presence. When staying keeps emotional influence alive. In some cases, staying is about emotional influence. Proximity maintains relevance. As long as they're present, they remain part of your emotional world. And relevance feels safer than being forgotten. Distance brings clarity. Presence creates ambiguity. By staying, they soften the damage and blur the pain. Their presence prevents you from fully processing what happened without their influence. This often looks subtle. They check in casually, stay friendly, remind you of shared memories. These small acts keep your emotional focus divided. Part of you healing, part still engaged. If they leave completely, you might move on. You might gain perspective. You might realize you deserved better. Staying prevents that clarity from fully settling. They may not be consciously manipulating you, but emotionally, they don't want you healed without them. Not because they want to hurt you, but because being irrelevant feels like erasure. So they stay close enough to matter, far enough to avoid responsibility. Emotional immaturity, when care exists without the ability to change. Sometimes the hardest truth is the simplest. They stay because they care, but lack the emotional maturity to love without causing harm. Emotional attachment and emotional capacity are not the same. One can exist without the other. They feel something for you. They don't know how to manage it. They were never taught how to repair after conflict. They don't know how to sit with discomfort. They don't understand accountability without shame, so they repeat patterns. They stay because leaving would feel like abandonment of you and of themselves. But staying does not guarantee growth. Without awareness and effort, care becomes static. The relationship becomes a loop instead of progress. This is where hope becomes dangerous, because caring alone doesn't protect you from harm. Intentions don't undo impact. Love without maturity can wound as deeply as indifference. If someone hurts you but stays, it means something, but not always what you hope. Staying does not equal safety. Presence does not equal growth. Caring does not automatically equal change. Understanding this isn't about blaming them. It's about protecting yourself. Your feelings are valid, and you deserve consistency, not confusion. Sometimes the hardest truth to accept is this. Just because someone stays doesn't mean they're safe for you. Their presence may feel familiar. Their words may sound caring. Their apologies may seem sincere. But if the same hurt keeps repeating, presence alone is not proof of change. You are not asking for too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not wrong for wanting consistency. Love should not feel like confusion. Care should not feel like instability. Connection should not require you to abandon your own emotional safety. Understanding why they stay can bring clarity. But clarity is not the same as permission to keep enduring pain. You are allowed to step back. You are allowed to create distance. You are allowed to choose peace over emotional turbulence, because healing begins the moment confusion ends. And you deserve a connection that feels steady, safe, and emotionally whole, not one you have to recover from. Today, you finally listened. If you're ready to choose peace, comment, "I choose myself." Like this video if you're done questioning your sensitivity. Subscribe if you want reminders that love should feel safe, steady, and whole, not something you recover from. You're not late, you're right on time.